Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. How you guys all doing? I'm just going to tell you guys pretty much my biggest regrets in life. I would have to say one of the bigger regrets that I had during my last 25 years on this planet would have to be school life. I wish I was more open back then as I am now. Back then I was very shy, very timid person. I was very quiet guy. I didn't really hang out with the popular crowd. I was always with the nerds, talking about anime, cartoons, and all that stuff. So, and that was the biggest regret, that I couldn't open myself up. And it's even worse because when people used to make fun of me, I would just get sad. I would just always go home and, cry pretty much every day. After a while it started to go away. Until I started to get older, as I mentioned, when I started to get older, I started to realize that I didn't really care what people think, and that experience, kind of led me to what the real world was like. There are people that are not gonna like you. They are gonna make fun of you, obviously, and that's something that really was you could say a learning experience in a way, that people won't like you necessarily 100%. No one ever does. So that's one thing. I wish my self-esteem was up there. Like, if somebody made fun of me, I just really didn't care. My biggest regrets will have to be learning. There was no motivation, especially in school, because teachers were bland and boring. No offense to the teachers that I grew up with, but it was no motivation. It's even worse for me because I grew up with learning problems, and I had to go to special ed, which made it worse because all of the work was pretty much the same. Write this 5 times each. Write this 5 times each. It was pretty much every day. Do the basic math every day, do the basic reading, simple reading, which wasn't really that motivational, and really it just really didn't motivate me for learning that much. The good thing about it is that when I got older, I started to discover the internet right around 1999, and I was blown away by so much information that I can find, and so much stuff about the world that no ordinary classroom would give me. You know what I mean? And so that's one of my biggest regrets, is not learning a lot sooner. If the internet existed when I was very, very young, I probably would have improved a little bit. And it's still, to this day, I still have some problems, especially with math. I still have to learn the complicated stuff about math, but the reading stuff I am 100% okay now with. So, and also girls, that was my biggest regret. I remember there was one girl that really had the thing for me. I don't know, she was a senior and I was a freshman, and I had the feeling like, maybe she's just using me for something, so I didn't really want to bother with it. I tried to stay away from her as much as possible. I had a crush on this girl named Jasmine when I was a kid, during junior high school. Me and her had the same bus route, and I would go first and we would pick her up later, and I always saw her. She always had a nice smile, and almost at my place, she was always right there, and she always had that nice smile, and she smiled at me and I smiled to her back, and it was just really close-knit bond. One of the things I kind of regret is that I never asked her how I felt about it. I never asked her how I felt about her, and that was one of my biggest regrets, you could say. So anyway, guys, write down in the comments what is your biggest regret in life, and so write it down in the comments below. Also, please, you guys, subscribe, and as well subscribe to my new channel as well as my old channel if you like, for all of the latest reviews on my toys and other gadgets. So this is Sentai22, and thanks for watching.